Good afternoon, everyone. Hopefully all your destination wedding brides are on the live today. Today we have a special guest. We have Andrea Cabon from AMResort, and she's going to talk about all the different brands under AMResort and also where they're located. And after that, we're going to talk about destination weddings.
Woo!
Andrea, thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, no worry. I had nothing else to do on this beautiful fall day, so I figured I'll join you guys here and let's talk a little bit warm and Caribbean, because I can promise you guys the winter is coming. You want to get out of here. No, don't you agree, Sandra?
I agree. I'm from Jamaica, if you didn't know.
There
So
you go.
I do not like the cold. So, you know.
I'm based in New York. You mean Jamaica, the island, or Jamaica, Queens?
Jamaica. Well, I live in Jamaica, Queens, which is very nice. And I'm from Jamaica, the island. So
Good. Just making sure, it's
I live in both Jamaica.
I live on Long Island, so that's a good thing too. So, which is really nice. But thank you for having us here today, and thank you for giving the opportunity to talk to you guys about our resorts, because we only have about 65 of them. But not to worry, I don't want to scare everybody. I am not talking about every hotel that we have. Maybe 63 of them. We leave 2 on the other side. No, I'm joking. I'm only kidding. As you guys can tell, I have a little bit of a sense of humor. I try. So anywho, but I don't know, some of you may have heard of AMResorts, but sometimes when I say the brands that we have, you're like, oh yeah, I've heard of them. You've seen commercials on TV, Sandra probably talked to you about our brands. We have several brands, which are basically Zoetry. You can see it in the background here, that side. Zoetry, Secrets, Breathless, Dreams, and Now. Those are our brands that we have that are all under the AMResorts collection. And did you know, Sandra, what AMResorts stands for?
I don't really know what AMResorts is.
Andrea Marvelous Resorts.
Oh, wow.
I'm joking. It's only it doesn't sound. An agent one day came up with that, and I thought, no, but it's AMResorts, and we're an American-owned company. We're based in Pennsylvania, and we manage our properties. And what's really one of the unique selling features of all our resorts are that they are really all completely different from one another. So just because we have, let's say, 4 Zoetries or 20 Secrets or so on under the various brands, you will not have the same experience at each resort. That's something really cool and unique about it. You can really kind of pick the resort based on everybody's liking. You like a little livelier, you like a little bit calmer, you like a little bit something of a mix. You can choose from that, which is really nice. Zoetry tends to be our more calmer and really relaxed, low density kind of properties, because they're boutique. They're never bigger than 100 rooms. So I'm encouraging you guys. I know you get married and you want to go on your honeymoon. You really got to make sure he's the right partner to go with, because at Zoetry you will be hanging out with him a lot, or her. Just because it's small. It's for people that want to disconnect to reconnect. That's really what it is. It's only 3 restaurants. It's really calm, based on butler service, that kind of idea, wellness, spa, food, really dedicated to this. And it's really more of that kind of experience that we have at the Zoetry. The properties that most people probably know is Secrets, Breathless, Dreams, and Now. Secrets and Breathless are adults only, no children under the age of 18. Which, hey, that's sometimes
it's a party place. So
that's what it is. So Secrets is really a typical adults only vacation. So it's really, if you want to just go get with your husband, go on your honeymoon. If you don't want to bring romance, I say you don't have to bring romance to Secrets. It's a mother-daughter. It's a really mixed kind of feel to get away. Great for weddings, honeymoons. Yes, that's one of the main focus. But it's also, once you pass that and you want to book call Sandra for regular vacation, you can do that as well. Breathless, that's for the, you got to listen to this one. I like to say Breathless. Oh, Paulette loves Breathless.
Somebody loves Breathless. Paulette loves Breathless.
Breathless is your Las Vegas meets Miami Beach. That's what it is. It's your party. It's perfect for bachelor and bachelorette parties. We do a lot of those. So this is definitely more of a hip place. It's a really nice mix. It's like, during the day, you have a regular hotel with music, the Despositos of the day. They do phone parties, they do activities around the pool, dancing, whatever. But at night, the property turns into like a all about nightclub kind of idea. And I'm like, usually
I
I'm in
love
bed
it.
by 9 o'clock because this beauty doesn't come without sleep. But when I'm at Breathless, I can stay up late too, which is really fun. The music that they're playing that gets you all involved and going and stuff. It's a lot of fun, and it's a nice mix with everything. It's like a sophisticated partying. So instead of going to Vegas for your bachelor or bachelorette party or Miami, just come to Cancun, Breathless River Cancun, or any other breathlesses that we have, which is a lot of fun. It's a really nice idea, and they do some really quite unique packages as well, which I'm giving some away from later on. But I'm just saying that you can be really innovative, and the teams are really good when it comes to planning in a bachelorette party or bachelor party.
I know they have a rooftop. There's a rooftop restaurants in that you can have your wedding, like just
Yes,
overlook it, right?
in Montego Bay, we have a rooftop that overlooks Montego Bay Harbor. We have like a rooftop that is, they call it rooftop, but it's also, I could be like a above the pool kind of rooftop. It's in a rooftop, but not as high as Montego Bay rooftop.
Like two
And we have
stories.
Cancun as well, like two-story in Riviera Cancun. So because I live in, when you live in Manhattan, you think rooftop, you're up on a skyscraper. It's like, I don't want you to think you're going to have that in Cancun. But it's still a nice, really nice atmosphere. And there's really some unique locations within the resort too, where you can have weddings. We have them there as well. The only suggestion that I have is bachelor and bachelorette parties, make sure you don't book yourself on the same weekend or the same week there. Make sure you go different times, because it's no fun when you run into your partner on your bachelor or bachelorette party. Just saying, we have had it happen. But that's one idea. But then the other brands that we have are Dreams and Now. Those are our family brands. So anybody here, you can bring from, just born to whenever. Dreams attracts also, like my mother still calls me her child, and I'm like, really. But when I think children, I think, teenagers and younger kind of idea. I don't think of myself as a child, but I am still a child, so we can get older children there as well. So which is a nice mix as well. But I think for weddings, especially because nowadays everybody wants kids in there, or your brother or your sister or family members have children. They want to have the kids walking down the aisle with them and stuff. So that will be a perfect location for the Dreams. Dreams is a little bit more on a higher end, and then the Now brand comes right in below. That's a little bit more for the budget conscious. If you're a little bit more on a budget, that works. But I think one big point too is to really keep in mind is that each the resorts are completely different within the brands as well. Dreams Playa Harris is completely different than from Dreams Riviera Cancun, from the layout, from the setup, and so forth. Some resorts are a little bit newer. We had a lot of new openings over the past year. A lot of Dreams resorts open up, and they're going to be completely different and more modernized as well. So which is really nice. So
I have multiple resort in the Caribbean. Can you just name the places that you'll find most of your resorts?
The majority of our resorts are in Mexico. They're on Cancun, Riviera Maya coast. We also have them on the other coast, which is in Cabo and Puerto Vallarta. Then we have properties in Jamaica. We have properties in the Dominican Republic, Costa Rica, Panama, Curacao.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Did I say Panama? Yes, I think that's it.
Panama and
I'm
Costa
sure
Rica.
that's something I always do, but that's as of today, that's it.
Okay.
Who knows what's coming down the road? Oh, St. Martin is coming. Oh, how can I forget
St. Martin? I did see St. Martin on there. Yes.
Yeah, St. Martin is coming the mid-October, so we're very excited about this. This is a new island for us, a new property.
I've been to St. Martin. I really love St. Martin,
yes.
So you should do very well there. Also, let's talk a little bit about COVID-19. What have your resorts done to make sure that clients feel safe when they get there?
Okay, so first of all, I think we have to follow local guidelines. So the local governments that give us certain restrictions and certain things we have to do. So, for instance, in Cancun, we're only as of last week, we're only allowed to have 60% occupancy. We're not allowed to have it higher. Depending on the resort and how big, let's say, the gym is or the spa is, we only can have a selected amount of people within the gym. And usually at this moment in time, you would have to make a reservation or go to the gym. Down the road, hopefully you don't have to do that anymore, Also, when you come to the resort, you will be wearing a mask because you have on the car transfer over to the resorts. You have to wear the mask. Once you get to the resort, you can take the mask off. Guests are not required to wear masks within the resorts. But what you do is when you arrive, the temperature will be taken. And then you will be taken to the desk that, however, we're cleaning it. Even if it was cleaned, we're still cleaning it so you can see it that we cleaned it. And there's usually, like we have it now here too, like a shield between you and the guy that's checking you in. And while this is happening, the bellman will take your luggage and basically clean the luggage with a special spray, and then bring it to your room. The room has already sanitized or certified, COVID certified, if you want to call it that way. There is going to be a door hanger on your door that says like clean complete verification, because we work with Cristal, so they will have like a certain label on there. And then you will see that your room has been cleaned, COVID cleaned. You will find like the remote controls, anything you touch and so forth will be like vacuum sealed. That's already in there, it's vacuum sealed. So you're the first one that's opening it. So you know that nobody else has done it. Throughout the staff, let's say when I go there or other staff, we have to wear a mask while we're walking around. Also, majority of the resorts, 3 times a day, the staff gets the temperature check. Also, if you have anybody, I mean, this is what you see on the what everybody sees in the front of the house. Plenty of sanitizers around. You can, get plenty of hand sanitizers throughout the resort, and by the time you're leaving the resort, you probably can perform surgeries because your hands are so clean. That's there. You will find on the front of the house again that, because due to the occupancy, if a hotel has 7 restaurants, we are not going to have all 7 restaurants open. That's part of the, lower occupancy. So you may find 3 or 4 restaurants open for dinner. However, we rotate them. So one night it will be maybe French and Himitsu and Italian, the other night Brazilian and something else. So we're trying to rotate them around so you're not getting tired of eating the same food. The buffet restaurant is open, but it's not the buffet like it right now. It's there will be somebody bringing you the dishes. There will be somebody you putting the food on your plate for you. So it's not you helping yourself. So just minimizing everybody touching everything, that kind of thing. However, on the back of the house too, as I said, all the staff has to wear the mask that works at the resort. But also anybody that comes in, and even if it's just for 2 minutes, dropping a guest off or bringing food in, having the delivery or anything like this, there's frequent temperature checks. There's the chefs, the kitchens, everybody. If you go into, the staff goes to their own lunch room, they will be checked the temperature. Everything, and there's more cleaning going around on the back end as well. So the property is completely clean. So because we want to keep the guests in a little bubble. And that's what it is. When it comes to the family resorts, for instance, the kids club or the core zone, yes, there will be maybe limited timing now, but we're keeping them apart as well. Like we don't do activities where they're all sitting on top of each other. So we have 10 kids in the kids club. We're not all putting them around the same table to coloring. We're putting on separate tables. There's a lot of room along the beach. I mean, honestly speaking, now is the time to go to the resorts because you feel like you're alone there. Yes. Because there's plenty of space at the resort. So this is something we're doing in all of the resorts. As I said, Mexico still has capped us at 60%. I think Dominican Republic is at 30 or 35%, and Jamaica, I think it's very similar as well. So every local island has different rules, so we go after those rules. But since we're an American-owned company, we put our own little flavors into it and put another little sector on top of it to really ensure that it's. So if somebody says, "Oh, we can," like Cancun says 60%, but we probably maybe keep our hotels at 50%. Just to give that little buffer in it. So that's really what it is. So. And as I said, you may find some restrictions today. They could be gone by January or by the time you get married next year. We hope they're not going to be there like that anymore. Let's just keep our fingers crossed.
Okay, that is great. Let's talk about destination weddings.
Okay, I'm done now. Leaving. No.
That's why we're all here to talk about destination weddings. How is destination weddings at your resort? I don't know, how many weddings do you have a day? Is there extra costs if you want to marry at a certain time? Any location is available? Like, how does that work at your resort when it comes to destination weddings?
Okay, so generally, each of our hotel, Sandra, that's good for you guys to know. It's like everybody has their own wedding team, so you can really tell us your ideas that you have, and we'll let you know if it works or doesn't work. If you want to, we can even get you married underwater if that's what the case is. We have done this as well. So it's really depending what it is. But there's no additional cost if you wanted to get married on the beach, underwater, in the pool, by the pool, in wherever it is. Some of our resorts even have chapels. So if you want to get married in a chapel, you can do that as well. And that's all pretty much included in your packages. What I think you have to keep in mind is we have wedding packages that are basically guidelines. What I'm saying is the packages can be adjustable. So some of the packages we generally include like 10, 20, 30, 40 people, 50 people. Some people may have, we had weddings that go up to 100 guests, 200 guests. You can then, I suggest speak to Sandra and see what you can do, because we can do adjust it based on your budget, based on the number of people you're coming, based on the things that you want, because we include certain things that we think you like. But if you don't like them, then let Sandra know and we can work it out. This is a partnership here. This is not like this is what you have to take and you're done with it. We're here to really, this is your special day, and we're here to make your dream come true. I can say for our resorts, we have really good wedding teams. And if you give them an idea, you're not necessarily going to hear no, unless it's really something really completely
illegal.
But normally they say, all right, let me figure it out. If they can't do your crazy idea, they may be able to meet you halfway on something, because, if you're asking me to get married on the 52nd floor of a rooftop, I said, I can't offer that to you because we don't have 52 floors in our resorts. But if I say to you, how does the 12th floor look? Maybe that works, that kind of idea. So it's definitely something that's adjustable. So I think you really, keep an open mind.
Okay. And I think what we spoke about, that you don't have a lot of weddings on resort per day. It's only like 2 or 3 depending on the resort. So that's really good. So, you're not sharing your special day with everyone. It's hopefully just you.
No. Usually it's like, I'd say about the rule of thumb is like 2 weddings a day.
Okay.
And what I really love is too, is let's say you have a beach wedding and, you get married at 5 o'clock. Not every guest is in the room at 5 o'clock. So the team on the resort makes sure that there's no guests in the background. So if the photographer shoots, you're not going to have me walking in there with my sexy bikini and my pet rolls hanging out while I'm in your wedding pictures. That ain't happening. So really, they're making sure that all the guests are gone, or certain circles, so it's like a perimeter. And then you can take your pictures, your special days. So it's really nice. So, and then also when it comes to the party itself, even let's say we have a beach wedding at 4 and one at 5:30. Even when it comes to the party, the resorts have it so set up that you're really not interfering with one another, that one of your guests says, oh, they play better music, let me go there. They don't do that. So it's a really nice idea. And I think also that's a good point too with some of our newer resorts. They have a lot of ABC options when it comes to the wedding, because the A options is obviously obvious. It's the beach.
It's the beach, yes.
Then normally the B option, if it happens to be raining, we know it never rains in the Caribbean when you get married, but that one day it may. So you're basically, the B option would have been the conference room. But now a lot of our newer resorts too is they have like a B option where you're like in a panoramic view, where you still have windows and you can still see the beach or the ocean and stuff. You could be outdoors, but you're not directly confined in a conference space. So
I've seen a resort I've been to that they actually had it in the lobby, because it was just lobbies are so open. Instead of going to a conference room, you just get married in the lobby. In the lobby, and you still have the look of the ocean, but you're just not outside. So
right, because that's something the whole, because if you were getting married in a hall, you could get married anywhere, but not in the Caribbean. But it's just a B option. We do have to have a plan, because the hotels call it pretty like to the last minute before they have to move it. But we had weddings too where they literally, before they said I do, and then it opened up and we had to run something. It was really funny. But you know what? Everybody it's flexible and works with it. So it's really cool.
That sounds good. And, looking at your wedding package, they looked very reasonable for what was included in them. So, these couples can have something to look at and hopefully have a beautiful wedding, even with just your basic package if you're not upgrading. So, that's good. That's pretty nice. So,
and I think also what's really nice is if somebody is they just got engaged and so forth, and they're picking a resort. We have this great thing as love at first sight. So you can come and experience the resort for a couple of nights and then come back and say, okay, I really love Dreams Plymore Harris or Secrets Plymore Harris or something like this. So it's a really nice idea. So definitely cool.
Yeah, it's like a preview, a wedding
Yeah.
preview. Just you test driving to see if this is where you want to get married.
Right.
And most resort will give you that money back that you spend on a room night towards
Right.
your wedding if you choose the
Correct.
wedding. So
We do that
that's
as well.
definitely a great option.
And it also helps everybody to, they're booking everything with you too, but then also meeting the wedding coordinator on site as well, because there's a lot of extras that has to be booked come with the wedding. It's not about just, the package and the room. It's also, the music, the food, this. So I think if you're building a relationship with the on-site coordinator as well, I think that's very important as well.
I do tell my couple that I do tell them, to include me in the emails. So at least I'm a part of that. So at least I'll know what's going on. So I'm always encourage them.
No, and that's very important that you stay in touch with them, because when you send me an email, just say, because for whatever reason there's a problem, there's an issue, always let me know as well, so I can chase the hotel as well.
And that's why I want to be involved, because if something happens later on, I'm like, I don't know what was going on. So it's just a plus for me. So this is very good information. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't see any question on, but I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just letting everybody know that AM Resort is a great place to have a destination wedding if you're thinking about one. They're located in all the key areas that people want to go: Mexico, DR, Jamaica.
Yes.
And they're fabulous wedding coordinators that can make your dream come true based on the pictures. I posted some pictures in my group. They were fabulous wedding setup. I want to get married again if I could.
Yeah. Well, I always say it's like when we do these webinars and the trainings for the wedding, and I said, just, do I need to supply the partner that I'm going to get married with? Can I just, they said, no, they don't supply the partner yet. I'm like, okay, work on a package like this. Yeah. But I think I also want to point out, like, some of the things you mentioned earlier, like some people may have guests with wedding with children. I think what's really nice is with some of our resorts, like for instance, Secrets and Dreams Plymore Harris, you have Dreams with the family and Secrets right next door. So if you're, even though the wedding has kids in it, as soon as you have kids under 18, you got to have the wedding at a Dreams Resorts. There's no exceptions being made. However, for the couples that want to get married, you may have a wedding there, but some guests may want to just stay in adults only, and you can do that, book it together and do it like this, so which is perfect. So that gives you a nice option.
That is a really good point. Yes, because when you have them side by side, it's you can just go from, a lot of resorts have an adult and a family together all the time. So you have an option. That is very good. If you're going to be adult and not have kids around you, you go on the secret side.
Also, a little hint too for the wedding couple: you book the entire family at Dreams, and then you book yourself at Secrets.
You never, yes, that is a definitely plus. Definitely.
You don't want mother-in-law knocking on the door in the middle of the night and saying, "Is everything okay in there?" You don't want that happening.
Definitely want a higher floor than everyone else. I try to always put the couple out, in a different room category, definitely from the rest of the party, because you don't want to be bumping into people, all through the wedding.
Correct.
Well, Commander Andrea, thank you so much. I remember
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on and sharing about AM Resorts. And I'm hoping these couples got something out of it and ready to start booking their destination wedding, because it's definitely a great choice. If you're looking for a resort for your destination wedding, there's so many options to choose from that, you probably don't even know which one to choose, because there's too many. And
that's why we have you, the boss. You know what it is.
And they're all uniquely different, and no two resorts are the same, which is great. So no two weddings will be the same.
Correct.
So it's really up to you, deciding which resort is best. It's going to best suit what you need or what your vision is. And that's why I'm here to hopefully assist you in finding you the right resort. So thank you so much, Andrea, for coming on. And I'm hoping, like I said, these couples got something out of this, and then they can start hopefully honing in on which resort they want to have their wedding.
Awesome. I love you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.